Hi guys, this is Dawn with Furtastic Friends, and today I'm bringing you recipe number 2 using the pot roast that I cooked in the crock pot. And if you're following me on my community tab, you will see that I had cooked a pot roast in my crock pot. I've already brought you a pot roast panini, and today I am bringing you cottage pie. Now, yes, I know most of us know it as shepherd's pie, but technically it is cottage pie because we are using beef. If you're using lamb, then that is what is known as shepherd's pie. And we like to use the word shepherd's pie because it sounds better. And I do like shepherd's pie because it's prettier. So I am going to call it shepherd's pie. But we're going to be using, instead of ground meat, we're going to be using the pot roast instead of ground beef or ground lamb. So that is what my recipe is going to be today. So I'm going to show you how you can use your leftover pot roast to make a shepherd's pie. Now, what you'll need to make this today, you will need about 1.5 pounds of potatoes, and that's about 4 russet potatoes. You'll need 2 tablespoons of butter, a 1/4 cup of milk or cream, and then salt and pepper to taste. And then for the actual shepherd's pie part, you will need 3 tablespoons of butter. You will need some diced onion. You will also need some diced, about 1 or 2 carrots, but Dawn doesn't like cooked carrots in her shepherd's pie, so I'm not putting it in mine, but you can put it in yours. We will need 2.5 tablespoons of flour, 2.5 cups of beef broth, salt and pepper, a teaspoon of Worcestershire sauce, about 2 cups of cooked pot roast, a 1/2 cup of frozen peas, and I forgot my cheese that's going to go on top, but that's in the refrigerator. Now, since I'm not adding carrots to mine, I'm going to use up these last few little mushrooms that were in my veggie drawer, and I'm going to throw those in the mix. So there you go, guys. That's what we're making today. So let's get started. The first thing we need to do is boil our potatoes and make our mashed potato topping. So let's get started. Okay guys, I've gone ahead and peeled my potatoes and cut them into chunks and placed them in some cold water. And I've now turned my stove on, and what we're going to do is we're going to bring this to a boil and cook these until they're fork tender so that we can then rinse them off and get them ready to be mashed for the mashed potato topping for our shepherd's pie. Once these are done, we'll move on to the next step, which is creating the filling that the mashed potatoes will go on top of. So I'm going to go ahead and let these get going. And when these are done and I drain them, I'll be back and show you what we do for the next step. So I'll be back, guys. Okay, guys, looks like our potatoes are done. So let me go ahead and get these drained and put into a bowl so we can get these mashed up and start on our next step in making our filling for our shepherd's pie. Okay guys, mashed potatoes are done. And just to give you a little tip, Miss Dawn could not find her potato masher. I've looked in every drawer, I do not know what I have done with the potato masher. So, I broke out the hand mixer. Yes, I did. And guess what? It works a lot easier than the potato masher. Yes, it does. Because look at those beautiful mashed potatoes. So let me go ahead and put these to the side. And let's work on the filling. Let me go ahead and get that started. Okay, guys. I have put 4 tablespoons of butter in my skillet, and I've got it heating up. Once your butter has melted and you've got your skillet heated up nicely, you're going to want to throw in your vegetables. That would be your onions and your carrots. I'm not using carrots in mine, but I am going to toss in my onions and the mushrooms. And we're going to saute these down until they're cooked. And that's going to be about, say, 5 to 7 minutes. Now, the recipe didn't call for celery, but you could probably even add you a stalk of celery if that's something that you like, a flavoring that you like in yours. And if you don't like peas, then don't add the peas. This is where you can, change it up. If you prefer green beans, add some chopped up green beans instead. The frozen vegetable comes at the end. Right now we're just doing the root vegetables. So guys, let me go ahead and get these cooked down. And when it's time to move on to the next step, we'll be back. Okay guys, our veggies are nice and soft. The next step will be to sprinkle on the flour, because we're going to try to make a little bit of a roux, and we need to cook the flour first before we add the beef broth. You need to cook that flour taste out before you add your broth. You do not want that raw flour taste in your gravy, which is basically what we're doing, so that we have a gravy for our pot roast. Okay, now once you do that, you're going to want to slowly add in your beef broth. And we're adding a total of 2.5 cups. And now you're going to want to bring this, you're going to want to, if you need to adjust your heat and bring it up to a simmer. Season it with some salt and pepper. And just let it come to that simmer. Mine is almost there. Here it comes. And it's already starting to thicken as it's coming to a simmer. Now I'm going to stir in my Worcestershire sauce. I'm going to start adding in my pot roast. Excuse me. And my frozen peas. Okay guys, now I'm going to pour this into my casserole dish and top it with the mashed potatoes. So let me go ahead and move my camera and show you that. Okay guys, got my filling in the casserole dish, and now our mashed potatoes go on top. I probably should have used a piping bag to make this pretty, but Miss Dawn has already been on her feet too long today, and I am hurting something fierce because this recipe took way too long to do already. Okay guys, now I'm going to bake this for about 20 minutes, then pull it out, sprinkle on some cheese, and then bake it for about another 5 minutes at 350 degrees. When that's done, we'll be back. Okay guys, look what just came out of the oven. Oh my goodness, it looks so yummy, but it's just a wee bit too hot right now. So let it cool off just a little bit, and then we will go ahead and scoop out a little bit, and I will tell you if it's yummy. So let's do that, and we'll be back. Okay guys, there is my pot roast shepherd's pie. Oh my goodness, I just cannot wait to have a bite. And there it is in the casserole. And I'm going to go ahead. It's still pretty warm. but I'm going to go ahead and have a taste. Oh, my goodness. That, I gotta have another bite. Mmm. Oh, that is so good. That is definitely good. Mmm. Oh, excuse me. I didn't mean to smack. But that's so good. I know you can make it with ground beef. But guys, if you can take just a little extra step and make it with pot roast, oh, that is so good. If you're new to my channel, I hope you'll subscribe. And as always, love, hugs, and kitty kisses. Bye, guys.